Yo,
Welcome, one and all, to another episode of The Angry Barista, the angriest barista on this side of the production team because I'm usually on the other side. What's up? With me today is my friend Marquis, whom I haven't spent any time with at all in the past couple of years like I wanted to, but here we are.
hey, I'm glad to be here.
Let's fucking
Glad to
go.
be here.
One of the last times I saw Marquis in person, I was he asked a question about public transportation, I believe, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is a two-way street," and he's like your forehead, you bum ass motherfucker.
Yo, I just perfectly timed. I that was my comedic height. I have never told a joke as funny since.
No, that's a lie because he's cracked this all up multiple times this afternoon. I feel like I've lost touch not just with the people like in my immediate life, which is kind of sad, but like with all my friends in general. Like I want to be caught up on what you're doing right now, bro. Like we tried to catch up a little bit prior to without like going on a tangent before we got in front of a microphone, but
True.
like let's talk a little bit about like your projects because I know you've still been doing Blue Ribbon. You've still been doing you're on your poetry game. You showed me some fire sound design a little bit earlier. Oh, what other projects are you currently involved in?
Right now I'm doing a real lot. First and foremost is my Twitch channel. I'm Diet Hasnavi. That's all what I tell everybody.
Dang.
It is a Twitch stream about politics, and I share my art, and I also talk about life issues, things that affect the Black community, things that affect minority communities, and I try to keep it light, but I'm trying to make it like the simple man's guide to, or the simple person's guide to how to navigate a world in which I think politics are becoming a little bit more important than like we take for granted with it. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of structures in our lives. There are a lot of things that we discuss. There are a lot of things that we talk about. And sometimes, like we were getting close to World War III, right? Like the memes was flying. The memes was great. It was just, it was awesome. It was an arcade experience that like no one could ever, wild, right? But like we made memes about it. Can you, or can like anyone really tell me, like, unless you are actively watching somebody who talks about it, can you tell me what was causing that? Oh, you heard that like a general got shot. Like, yeah, but like this is part of I hate that because I can really go into that.
Yeah.
But it's like there's more facets to life that are affected by politics than we were aware of when we were kids, because we had the growth of technology. We had the rise of like things to distract us. We had new opportunities to express ourselves. And then people got poorer. And opportunities got lost. And then, oh, my dad wasn't part of, my dad wasn't part of the group of elites, so I don't get the tech job immediately. I don't get this immediately. We couldn't afford a computer, so like I didn't learn how to type, and my school cut tech classes. Like these are all political things, but they don't seem like it because it's like, who made those decisions? Oh, the Board of Ed, or my teacher just decided she wanted to quit because wages. Like then you get into that, and it's like I want to kind of bridge the gap, and that's why I call it the paradigm shift.
Yeah.
I want to just make people think about things a lot more than they do, because I know that there are just online trolls. I know that there are people that like are just gonna be hard-headed and no vaccine, no mask. Like I know that that's gonna be a fucking thing,
bro. But the microchips, bro. You know about the microchips,
right?
And the
like
5G. Like,
yo, I said that I got the vaccine. I got the second shot of the vaccine, and I literally told the nurse when she checked on me. I was like, yo. I was like, she's like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I've never had such a good internet connection in a basement in my entire life. And I was like, okay, so that's gotta be the way it is. That's like, but those are real thoughts that real people have. And that's a fucking problem. Because people want to go to Mars. You want to colonize other planets. You still want to execute children for not believing in your God. Like, we have to get on the same page.
Yeah.
We have to shift our paradigm to one collective thesis.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you get your news from? Like, where do you consume news about the world, like local news or like global politics, shit like that? Where
Google.
Google?
No, I do use Google.
Yeah, I
Google
mean,
News. Like
you
I just look
gotta.
at things. Yeah, no. The majority of my time I'm usually watching people like so we're gonna shout out a couple creators here.
Mm.
As if they're not so massive that they wouldn't even
Yeah,
notice me.
because I'm wondering,
Um,
we might have some crossover. That's why I'm asking.
it's Dr. Cody with some more news. We've got Mike from PA. We've got Thought Slime. We've got damn, there's so many people I watch that their names aren't even coming in my head. Jesse, we've got ContraPoints. We've got Sometimes Sean Have. We've got Vosh. That's gonna garner me a ton of hate.
Why?
Because Vosh is like a Vosh is weird. Okay, I guess I could say this because I would say it to his face. I would never say anything I wouldn't say to somebody's face. It's just like he don't. There are some people when they talk, you could just tell they don't talk to black people. like,
Damn.
and not like a racist don't talk to black people.
Like they just haven't spoken enough to black people
like you
to where,
like
yeah.
you get it. Like he's kind of wary, but he got the point. Like, but it's like just some of the ways you approach topics and the ways he like debates certain people. He really has a holier than thou presence, and his chat will call him out on it and say you're being uncharitable, you're being unfair, like that type of thing. But like that's just him, and he has this really weird niche in it. But yeah, mostly that and Hassan Piker. I'm a big Twitch fan of Hassan Piker.
I like Hassan Piker. I don't like I'm not on Twitch as much as I should be. I have the app and everything. I promise I'm not too old yet. I'm trying.
You're right, yo.
I'm trying not to be old. But I like him a lot. Do you follow it all? Breaking Points, or did you watch The Hill at all?
Yes.
Breaking Points is dope. Sagar and Crystal, dope.
Oh shit! Big shout out. The creator that has reached out to me and responded to me sometimes funnily, sometimes just with a like. Lance and I forget his partner's name because I rarely see them, but they run a thing called the Surfs TV, and he's really, really, really like that's I think the first person I would ever want to reach out to like do like a collab video, collab stream. Yeah,
shout out. Damn. So what? Aside from talking politics on a daily basis, and the reason I asked you for what your is it a daily basis or
no? It's right now. It's like my schedule is supposedly out. My scab just came up.
Damn.
Like I knew that shit was socialism.
You need a
scab
tissue?
just
You need a little.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I like what else do I do on there? Yeah. Life issues. I talk about the ins and outs of being a content creator. I think that a lot of people hear that word now. That's a buzzword. Content creator is not somebody who makes content on the internet. Like a content curator is somebody who goes through thousands and thousands of like I do this 24/7 at any one time and moment. I'm making a video to put out at a certain time. I'm a TV show host. And YouTube is my platform. People like me, for instance, like I'll cut up clips on Twitch and put them on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm a content creator. I'm not really that. I'm a live, like I broadcast. I'm a broadcaster. Like people who make art or like put out EPs that I'm just throwing it out there, an EP a month. Like I just do it. Oh, I'm content creating. But you're not ingesting content, you're ingesting art.
Yeah.
And that line has been blurred. So like I talk about what you'll face as a content creator, like what you'll face when you get into this field of putting yourself out there. And like, I feel like a lot of streamers don't. Like we look at the big streamers and we say, damn, they worked for 2-3 years. They got it. You know, I want to be like that. And it's like, are you ready to like know that somebody somewhere will say, kill yourself? Like, are you ready to approach that level of where your thought shifts? Like we make fun of people like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, you know, we got our
but they got influence.
Right.
They got some type of influence.
And that means that no matter how stupid they sound, that changes the dialogue between you and somebody you meet at Denny's at 2 a.m. What the fuck is up, Denny's? Like, like it really.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Let's move this shit. Like, but they move shit. So like, I talk about the other side of it. Like, hey guys, I'm depressed today. So the energy on my stream is going to be low. I'm going to tell you why it's going to be low and how you can avoid that or things you can change to like get out of the mood. And then I'll try those things on stream. Chat goes along with it. That's the life issues part that I talk about, like things in the community. Like I have a series coming out, a series. I've uploaded part 1 of it, part 2. I'm waiting for 10 likes on this video. Why being poor sucks. Like literally why growing up poor sucks. And I go through an overview of like, the mental and physical changes that you have to adapt to because you don't like I'm not even trying to be funny. There were some days, I still remember this, the most haunting memory. And this is like what builds you up as a person. I was running in the playground in the courtyard that we had. Fucking all we had was granite, bro. Granite and some painted basketball hoops.
Jesus Christ.
And so we running around there and I trip and I fall. And it's like a bad fall. Like I'm just tumbling. And I remember that day because somebody had pointed at my socks and said, "Ha ha, your socks are so black." Because we didn't have laundry, so the socks were like super dirty. Being poor shaped that experience for me. If we could have afforded more socks throughout the day, like if we could have afforded more socks throughout the day, like or throughout the week or throughout the month, that wouldn't be a memory stuck in my head.
Yep.
How many potential partners have I given up on because like shit like that stemmed throughout my entire life, and now I like just from little to shit like that. Please don't make fun of me. Like unless I know you that well, please don't make fun of me because it makes me feel like I'm being teased, and like I was teased when I was a kid because I ain't have the new shit. So now I'm going to like kill you. Like now I have aggression issues. Now I'm gonna fuck you up. Like in Minecraft though. In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft, not in real life. Allegedly. Supposedly. Damn. No, like I feel that like that shit hits me in my soul because like. I mean, I'm pretty forthcoming with my life and my information as well. Not as structured as you are or organized as you are with presenting it, but like I'm pretty open. If somebody asks me, I'm willing to say I'm 26 years old right now. I'm still struggling with how to organize. I barely know how to budget correctly, and it's just something that like I've basically never had above. And this is some real shit, right? I feel a little bit embarrassed for saying this out loud, but it's some real shit. I've never had more than $4,000 at a time to my name. I've never had I probably have never had $4,000 at one time in any account. Ever, probably. For now, right? For now. But like it's stuff like that, and it's just been like that forever. My mom has had to declare bankruptcy with us for me and my sister, like once or twice because of like, shit like growing up. And she like we never went hungry, thankfully, or whatever, but there was like the fucking I can't get this new thing ever. Like sometimes I have to be using socks until the holes are coming through on them, and like even then still you gotta wear the socks. So I feel you, bro. And it's like it kind of sucks that people don't like that we have to explain that to people who don't get it. But I applaud you and I am proud of you for doing that because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to explain the experience. Somebody's got to like put the experience on the table in a way that's digestible in order for we might have to take a short commercial break.
And that's actually a perfect time to take a short commercial break.
You're in the middle of filming. All right, so
we're still going? Oh, God.
Yeah, we're still going.
Okay, hold on, give me a second then. I have to like do this off camera.
Hi.
Hey. How are you doing? I know that microphone can hear me regardless.
Yeah, no, it's good. The audio's good.
My tone is fucking great.
Don't worry about it. Hello.
Yo.
I'm the cameraman for this. Kevin. How y'all doing? That didn't show on camera. That's good. I'll be taking over now for the Angry Barista podcast.
Oh, we got a CEO court. It's a cool.
So I actually agree with one of what you guys were talking about recently about like the content creator and then curator. Because that word gets being thrown out a lot nowadays. So when people ask me, because like I have people ask me this, and I don't fit in this criteria, but people will call me an influencer.
Oh my God, yo!
Like up to you. Like, how would you feel when someone goes like, "Oh, like you are an influencer"? Mind you, that like
even like that's a buzzword. Like, what? Like, I feel like a social media influencer gets like promotes shit. Like
and it's like someone that I feel like is more on the positive side of things.
Right, like yeah, like there's
like, I wouldn't call myself a influencer. I'm more of like an entertainer.
And
Like stop using that word kind of like.
Yeah, no, and it's really damaging because like I've had students say that shit. Like, "Oh, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch. You're a content creator, like they don't call me like yeah, they just keep throwing the words around, and I'm like, they're being influenced by those words to think that is what the job entails. And that in itself is a problem because there is no guide to the internet. like I keep saying this so hard, like I don't think that we realize why our systems are so fucking fragile in this country. I'm sorry that this is jumping far away, but it makes sense. On the ground level, we don't have time with the internet to figure out like its ins and outs to say these are the bad places, these are the good places. We have freedom of the internet. That means, I'm sorry to say this, but at any one time, somebody who wants to be, and I hate it, I just proved Godwin's law. So Godwin's law states, do you know Godwin's law?
Not a clue. No idea.
Okay. So Godwin's law is a rule of the internet that says that eventually, at some point, I'm waiting for them to, because it's gonna cut through the entire conversation.
Yeah. No.
Godwin's law states that at any time during an internet conversation or during a conversation, the subject or one of the two people will eventually bring up Hitler. And I was just about to fucking do that. And it is crazy because somehow, some way, that law is generally
Would you smoke
true.
with Hitler? Would you?
There's a whitest kid you know skit about that.
And then just those random people. Hitler wasn't that bad of a person.
That Candace Owens said, shoot, he just wanted to nationalize Germany. His big problem was that he wanted to take it outside of Germany. No, the problem was Germany first. Like, basic knowledge. Anyway, no, it's just anybody can say anything on the internet. We don't have a guide or a manual to it. So how can we tell children, don't listen to hater comments, because that literally could be somebody who dislikes you in your school for some shit you did a year ago, and they made a fake account and wrote, like, how do you tell kids to process that thought that anything negative might not be real? Like, wouldn't that change your reality or your view on it?
Yeah.
So pushing these words around and making everybody say this and that and like, oh, you're an influencer now? What does that mean? What can I influence you to do? Because selling myself is not me being an influencer. Exactly. Do I have like several clothing lines that are all like JCPenney and like I have a deal with Nike and shit? Am I pushing that? That's social media influencer.
Yeah, like for example, like someone that I consider would be like an influencer, like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace.
Right, yeah,
like
yeah.
He, like, you see all his promotions, you see all his like, slogans and everything is like, yo, do better.
Right.
Push to do more, achieve greatness.
Right, that's
like,
it.
Like that commercial that he had with Kanye. How many records can I sell?
More records. Yo, okay.
But I'm the best. But are you the same animal
and a different beast?
He's like, what the fuck does that mean?
But I understand that now. Okay,
exactly,
okay.
Right?
I get it. I fucking get that. I get
Kobe
that statement
was not
now.
saying some random shit.
Right,
bro.
that was real. Are you the same animal but a different? Which one is it?
Are you the same animal but a different beast?
Like, that makes fucking sense. Like, and you really gotta like go through shit to like. And I hate that because like part of me is like, okay, it's just a meme, and you want to be like the woke. You want to be the woke brother that like gets it. But like, no, though. Are you the same animal? Are you the same being? Are you still alive? But are you a different beast? Do you attack shit harder? Like, do you really go for what you want? Like, are you still in the same skin but got a tougher heart? No, if not, then you can't do more. You can't do more. And I'm fucking weak, so like I'm just so damaged.
All right, I think that's gonna be it for me. Thank you for having me for the idle time that we had. I will be leaving.
No, that was fun though. Thank you. No, that you were right to do that. You were right to do that. That was cool.
We're back. Thank you.
I wish you was here.
Thank you for my guest host, Mr. Kevin from Silver Fade Media. Shout out. Question: Did you get a delivery of the premium variety? We're just gonna say that. We're just gonna say that out on a.
That's it. Yo, this has been a great podcast. I fucking died after that.
Did you get a?
It was of the premium.
Of the
variety.
premium. So that one right there is yours, sir.
Okay, thank you.
That one right there is yours. It's legal now. It's legal now.
That's never been illegal. You know that, right?
It's legal now.
All right. Okay, so look up NYC laws and see which drugs have been decriminalized in the last year or so, and then you can figure out which one we're talking about.
Yeah, and not decriminalized, legalized. Legalized. We're gonna get that straight here. But anyways, I digress. I heard you guys talking about all types of shit when I was off camera.
I really need to stop linking everything to politics, but in truth and reality, I can't deny everything is politics. I just don't think people realize it.
Yeah, I like the more and more I get older in my life experience, the more I see the fucking connection from every aspect of my life to politics.
And it's because, honestly, that means that, to be quite honest, that means the government has too much power. But
yeah,
we are not advocating for you to hypothetically take a brick and throw it through a store window. Just disclaimers. Like I'm not one for the people have compared some of the shit that I've said to Martin Luther King, and it bothers me because I've watched people get put on FBI watch lists, like type shit. Like, I don't know how far I want to go with being a leader. Like I tried to run for mayor.
Let's get into that.
I know, okay, but right before
we'll go back into politics.
No, right before, because I was leaving the politics section altogether. You had asked me what I do on the street, and there was one more part of it that I wanted to cover.
All right, give me that one more.
So you've heard the life issues, you've heard the politics. I do photography on there. I edit my photos. That's simple enough. Like I jam with music, and I just talk about like what I'm feeling at the moment, or I'll like freestyle a poem or some shit, which leads me to the fourth one. I do poetry on there. I'm gonna make this really short and simple. And I'm gonna make this declaration here. I just posted it on Twitter, and I'm gonna just keep posting it every day until somebody tries to G-check me. King Los, Daylight, Loaded Lux, A-Ward, Mike P, Easy to Block Captain, Rum Nitty, Geechee Gotti.
You really about your battle rap shit?
Give me one more. I need one more. Disaster. Sorry, Disaster should have been way up there. These are not a ranking. These I'm just names off the top of my head. And then me. Like I'm not being funny when I say, not in the battle rap sense. It's just those are the people that I'm about to make the connection to the next sentence with. I have one of the top pens in the world right now.
Whoa, my son came out the gate with that right now.
Like, no, I'm sorry. Button poetry, like all that shit, Neil Hilborn, Rudy Francisco. I met one poet that impressed me that does that style, and her name is Metamorphosis. She's a award-winning black poet, really great gal, like awesome person. And we performed at the New Yorican because we were doing like their Wednesday open mic contest or whatever, and she won that day. And I was so glad that was my first performance. A friend of mine had flew in to come see it. And it was just in some rinky dink, like just for a performance type thing, not like my full performance that I do with my poetry. If you don't know, I don't think you've ever seen my set, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh my fucking God. Okay, so my set is all the lights are off. All the lights are off. There's a projector that plays onto a screen, and I'm in front of where it's projecting, and music plays while I do the poem. So it's
music
like,
by your design, right? Your sound design?
Mostly.
Mostly. Some of it is a little cheap sprinkled in here and there.
Just a little. I love that song too.
That's a fire. Damn. So I'm glad that you're still going strong because like not most of these things, but some of these things are things that you've been doing since we met. Pretty much is the poetry for sure, music and sound design for sure. Like this entire time. Damn. So you named a lot of battle rappers. You be battling? What's up, bro? You battle?
Every person I ever tried to battle in the scene has ducked me or been accused of some weird shit.
In what scene? In the battle rap scene?
No, no, that's shots fired. No. One person, but it's low level. It's like I know if you mention a battle rapper and somebody catches a wind of it, it's like that goes straight to them. Like nobody knows. Like it's just been some low level shit, but like no.
Cause Z, my boy Z, he's like in that he battle raps often.
I would love to have a trial session and see if I can handle it, but I don't think I can handle it.
His first battle a few years ago, like more than a few years ago, but his very first battle that he ever had, he was going up against like a vet, and that was the vet's last battle because he quit after he smoked him. Like it was his first battle, and he smoked a vet.
Do you know who the guy was?
He's not like a vet, like he's not a known name, but he was like somebody who had a bunch of battles under him. You know?
Okay,
like
if you get in plates after, then that means somebody like you somewhere.
Yeah. So I mean, he does good. He's got a battle coming up this Saturday. We should go. If you're, I mean,
Ooh.
not like this Saturday, like tomorrow, but like the coming Saturday. I
Okay,
think. So
got
if
you.
you're down.
Considering the fact that I literally forgot I was supposed to have a guest on the paradigm shift today, I'm going to not do
Ooh.
that because I didn't tell him, right. Yeah, so I
Ooh.
was supposed to have a guest on my Twitch channel and I completely forgot I booked him because I thought we would have started this earlier. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. But I would have remembered when he messaged me and we would have had plenty of time because he doesn't even want to come on till 9. So like I want to talk today. So like I'm just letting y'all know right now. I don't know how much time is going on the podcast thus far. I would love to be cool and calm and like do the measurement shit. But from this moment on, the talk about to be different.
The talk. I mean, it's been different, but it's gonna be more different.
You about to hear like some shit I'm gonna say about everything he asked a great question. You're actually a good host.
Thank you.
You're actually a good host. I mean, I know, but like you watch something and you like it, and it's like the Sean like the First We Feast thing, like, oh, that's a good host. Like, but now I'm in the hot seat and it's like, oh, I see why people in Naruto are how you know that?
How you know that?
How do you like I see why they react that way, yeah. But yeah, like another one. How you like, oh, you really right? Like
damn. Yo,
you got the FBI with you? Like
could you tell me a little bit about before we get into, because I want to ask you about the mayoral race and a few other personal questions about just about our catch up that we had earlier before the podcast. But can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with table tennis right now? How often are you doing that? Are you still doing that? Are you fucking around with a little bit of ping pong? Is that your?
That shit just punched me in the fucking gut. I didn't see that coming a while. That's nice to ask. Yo, so if you don't know, I was aiming to be a part of the 2012 Olympics. I went to one trial. I did not tell anybody. I was so embarrassed. I remember the very first thing I did when I was introduced to table tennis was compete in a tournament and then lie about the results because I didn't want people to like think I was really, really bad. Because that was at the time where like I was 18 at the time. I was super malleable. I had like 17 grand in the bank. I went through some fuck shit with my dad, and like he really did like some horrible shit to me. Not physically, just like the moves he made was just fucked up moves. And I can't forgive him for that. I can't do that. But anyway, it really fucked up like my vision of how I wanted to progress forward. So I just became a table tennis coach for the youth because I was like, I may not be good enough to be at that level, but I can get people up to a level where they could start approaching that. And that was my goal. I was an intermediate coach. A lot of people in the table tennis community found that a little weird because they were like, didn't you just start playing like only like a year and a half ago? But like I really raised some fucking stars. Like I've raised some 20. The rating system is like from 0 to about 27, 2,800. Then you get into like the top level, like divisions or whatever. But like I raised some like 22, 2,300 hitters. Like that is at pretty much like, if you think about like chess, that's when you've stopped thinking and now you're intuitively like creating decisions. So as far as now is concerned, now that COVID and I'm vaccinated and now that COVID is at least looking like a little bit of a chop off for this city at least, I'm going to be checking out, going back to my old table tennis location. It's called Spin New York on 23rd Street.
Shout out. I work right by there now. I'm doxing myself.
Yo, yeah. The amount of times I've probably given out enough information for people to fucking find me.
Yeesh.
I really be because it's like I be mad brave with it because it's like I only got 3 people watching it. Yeah, one of them is a killer. Like you really
we
throwing
walk by a lot of serial killers in our lifetime by
right?
statistics.
Like,
yeah.
like, but yeah. And
so you're getting back into it then?
Yes. I found this great VR game. I bought an Oculus a couple months ago for my dad.
Let's go.
And yeah, Oculus is a really great fucking device. And there's these developers that created something called 11 Table Tennis. And it is a really, really close recreation of it with physics and everything. So I've been doing that and like trying to keep my thing, but I can't wait to get back to a real table.
Yeah,
playing on your carpet is like terrible, bro. Like, and there's not enough space for me to like fully move and things. But yeah, I would love to get back into the game as a coach. I would love to start doing that work again. But it's like at this point, I need money. Like, I don't know how to explain it in a way that's like not my fault, but like I just picked up a whole bunch of traumas that I didn't know I had. Like I'm learning to be better. I'm learning to be a a different person, more expressive. I can talk through it. I am learning to be somebody that is confident in what they say, how they say, what they do. And then it's like, how many opportunities did I give up on when I was younger because I didn't have that bravery? I didn't have my father figure around to say, oh, you got the SEO. Like, I got SEO. I don't know if you know what SEO is. Okay, so yeah, I got that. I turned it down twice. They called me back 3 months after in 8th grade. They called me back 3 months after. Oh, what? I'm sorry. Was it 8th? Was it 9th grade? Or 8th? It was 7th grade. 7th grade. 7th grade. 7th grade.
Ooh,
7th
even
grade.
earlier.
Yeah. No, it was 7th grade, and I know that because in 8th grade I got hit by a car and I was homeschooled for the year.
Fuck, well, there are too many tangents that we could
Right,
take,
like
bro.
right. So I'm gonna keep the stories just keep the story linear. So fuck. Okay, wait. Damn. Because when you said the tangent, I was thinking about the whole story.
The whole story.
Right, the sentence right before that, and I can continue on.
SEO.
SEO. I turned
grade.
down SEO. When I was in 12th grade, I got the Posse Foundation scholarship. If you don't know, that's a full ride, 4 years, books, tuition, everything to one of the 12 schools that they work with.
What are the 12 schools? What are some
It was
of them that
like
you were looking at?
Brandeis College. No, not Louis Brandeis, but it's like it's top tier. Like
Damn.
Brandeis Law School.
Oh,
they have
shit.
like the little the general curriculum like school. Yeah, that one. Oberlin. The music conservatory.
Which one? Damn, I wanted to go to one in Arizona. There was this one.
It's the other one on the East Coast.
Sheesh.
There was another one. But it's like well-known fucking colleges. My brain didn't retain that, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, Google Posse Scholarship, see I got that. And they give you a choice of 3 schools. They give you a choice of 3 schools. And these 3 schools, like, you have to pick from one of them. I got them to not only disregard that, but go to the school that I wanted to go to because they had a music conservatory I really liked. They sent me a practice test. I did not know how to read music. After that, I realized, like, maybe I'm not cut out to do this straight off the rip. So I turned them down 3 times. They offered that shit to me 3 times, and I said I'd be better off being here because I'm comfortable here. I don't want to give up my friends. I made a dumb mistake.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do that, we wouldn't be talking.
Yeah, it's very possible your whole entire network would be different people at this point.
Would I care about politics? Would I care about poetry? Would I have cared about photography as deep as I've gotten into it?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I did choose the road less traveled, but like when I die, people will remember me. And people will like me and people will come to my funeral. Therefore, I think I'm doing something right.
I agree with you, bro. And that's kind of the way that I try to look at things in my life is like, we were talking about this a little bit beforehand, but like that, the quality over quantity with people, relationships, spreading yourself thin, making yourself available and equaling that to love or to quality. That shit is the wrong type of vibe. But you know what is in that same lane, very related to that on the bad side of the balance, that some people seem to view it that way. I do as well. I'm gonna stop going on this tangent right now, but usually people running for mayor focus on the quantity.
Shit.
They focus on the quantity over the quality. You know what I mean?
Wait, yeah. Why did we get off that? I am so sorry.
No, we're bringing it back, bro. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
But that was nice. That was a good transition too. That was a good transition too.
Because it makes sense. Like, and so how do you reconcile that feeling of wanting quality connections over something where like you're racing to get more votes than somebody else, and that's a quantity game?
Yo, shout out Soul Strategies. They are a Kickstart fundraising campaign. Like they teach you how to get money in, but they don't do that though. Like they don't. That's not like Z. Like I know
What's it
you
called
guys
again? What's the name of it?
Soul Strategies.
Soul Strategies.
It's spelled like SOLE, like the sole of your foot, because we're doing grassroots movements for progressive candidates.
Let's go.
Like yo, the main staffers worked with AOC, Bernie Sanders. It's good. It's just such a good program. Damn. They don't teach you how to fundraise. Like, you're gonna hear that, and Z, if you do see this, because I know they make clips out of this. Z, if you do see this, like, I just want you to know I'm about to like talk you up massive. Like I said, the talk gonna be different.
Damn.
They don't teach you how to. They don't teach you how to fundraise. They teach you how to be a candidate.
Let's go.
They teach you how to connect with people and not like, oh, let's just say it for what it is. Like, I'm not bullshitting you, bro. Like, I'm about to ask you for $15, but like, I'm not asking you for the money because I need it to run a campaign. I'm asking, are you willing to walk this road with me? Type shit. And it's like, holy God, oh my God, the amount of like parasitic individuals on this earth that like corporate dark money, this, that, they don't do none of that. And you really learn like, what, are you ready to do this? Are you ready to put yourself in the forefront of that? So I tried to do their program on my start to becoming mayor. And the story is very short, but it is very expansive at the same time. It crosses over like a couple days. So around October 30th, when I was realizing that like we were probably gonna have a fucking civil war, and I realized like, hey, if Donald Trump won, I swear to God, I saw swastikas in my future, bro. Like, I've never felt the amount of dread, because I was like one of my favorite battle rappers, shout out Chess. I like, why is it that the man that fuck up the world get to keep stepping while a homeless man who shared everything is in the streets naked? Like, it don't make sense to me how like people would have legitimately voted for that guy, even at core, just like. But anyway. So Soul Strategy.
I know people who voted for
right, like exactly. Though there are reasons for it. Not everybody's a fucking enemy of the state. Like, I don't do that thing.
Yeah.
But to bring it, that's important. As that was building in me, all of that, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being an internet thug, because I had already been putting videos out. They were getting some traction, some discussion. My biggest piece was, I think, unemployment and why you're an idiot, because like people was shitting on people for getting unemployment, and I'm like, you mad at people for getting a bigger bag, but you want them to take a less bag to work for a bigger bag? Like, I feel like you're skipping your too many steps. So I was like, I don't want to be an internet thug anymore. I want to fucking change shit. I'm tired of seeing kids in the street crying. I'm tired of seeing people like no wonder we have so much fucking violence in this city. Like, men can't express their trauma. Women sexualized for literally everything. Everything's objectionable. Everything has a price. Nobody thinks about this shit. And God forbid you walk into a bar and you start talking about this and you got the USSR anthem playing in the background.
Yeah.
Like, we need to fucking change shit right now, bro. Yep. So I was like, I should run for office. And I was like, maybe I'll take a city council seat. Maybe the only race that was available that made legitimate sense, because the Democratic primary, as you know, was June 26th.
It was mayor. That was the only race that made sense.
that made sense, and that I could raise enough money for. Because I was gonna be a state senator, but like those elections cost you like around, I think it was $150,000.
You got to be rich to be a part of the people who make the decisions.
Which is okay. So it doesn't cost you that. It's not like you have to pay. But in order to get the right exposure, in order to get the right like amount of people working under you, you would need a salary, because you're being a candidate, so you don't have time to work a fucking job.
Yeah, you can't be working bartending gigs or anything like that. Like, you need ash. Go ahead. The most bootlegged ashing container in the entire world, but it's alright. Damn. So
I can keep going. Sorry.
Keep going, please.
Because I'm gonna go through the story.
Go.
So yeah, I was like, okay, mayor, is this logistically possible? I ran over it for a week and a half before I signed up for the Kickstart program. I took the Kickstart program. Because I am poor, the people at Chase Bank, a private client Chase Bank, and I'm not gonna say where, Grand Central.
Shots fired.
They looked at me like, okay, now here's where the talk gonna get different. They looked at me as a Negro. Like, I mean that with like all like, they looked at me as when I told them my aspirations, like, I'm running for mayor, I need to open a business account so I can start accepting donations. Like, they didn't really give a shit to help me. Like, they didn't really care. And I had to end up finding out that it was an issue with a discrepancy with the bank account I currently have and the name of my social security card. It has happened before. It is fine. But like, you could have looked that up real quick. I spent all that time creating a LIS, getting an EIN number and a tax number and all that shit And if I can't accept donations, I can't start a campaign.
So how did you get around that?
I didn't. That's what forced me to drop out. I could have kept going as a write-in candidate. I could have just done it off like the backs of anything. I could have just made like some type of concerted effort. But like I was also taught by Soul Strategies, well, these just that they've just been in elections before. You don't want to start your political career on a bad note because people see that and then they remember, oh, you ran a really janky ass campaign. I'm not investing in you again. Like, what do you offer? Like, what do you say? You be saying dumb shit on television. Like, I don't want to be a part of that, have my name on that. So when Andrew Yang was rumored to be running, when he didn't make that decision, I started to have a bit of hesitancy. Okay, maybe I can keep going with this because I only have 6 months to announce myself to the entire city and then like get in these press conferences, make content.
Damn,
do that.
I would have put in some work on that if you wanted some help, bro.
Right, but that's the problem. It's like I could have asked you to help, but the team, everything, all it, you don't get time. Like, are you helping me? Okay, I need this done by 7:00 today. Like it. We didn't have time to slowly grow a team and get used to each other.
Yeah.
So like all of those factors made me say, maybe this is not the best time to do it because like I still can't bring a girl home because of my father's issues. Let me solve learning how to be on my own first, figuring out, is this viable? Is this like, am I gonna blow up one day? Or maybe I should just fucking forget it and like get a fucking job. And like the panic of content creating and watching a video you have get 16 views. I put fucking 4 hours of work into that. I live streamed when my heart was racing because I had smoked something I didn't like and like I was nauseated and like all of that just made me say, okay, you got a year. If by November 4th, the election day, but if not by November 4th, 2021, you don't have the strongest following possible, then stop thinking about running for office. Because the goal is not for me to be mayor. I'm sorry to say this, and I don't know how this will happen, but like the goal is for me to be president.
I mean, yo, listen, the goal is for me to be president. Look, I can respect honesty. I can respect confidence. And you know what? Even as we self-indulge in a little bit of cannabis in a legal recreational state.
Explain that to me.
Even
no,
as
I got
we
a question.
That,
I'm sorry. I got a question. I'm
Hit
so sorry. I would hate if I was hosting something. And
no, bro. Go.
Sorry, I got a question for you.
Speak your mind.
Why is it legal in some states? Why is it legal in some places on Earth and not in others? Why are these in the same borders that we've aligned as humanity? Explain that to me.
Yo, and you tell me something. Tell me why is it illegal for us to interact with certain animals and plants in the Amazon, but it's totally legal for people from my country, the president from my country, Bolsonaro in Brazil, to burn down the rainforest to give more space for factories and like, you know what I mean? It's like
that's why
the citizenry can't make the decision to protect or not protect nature, but the people who make the decisions for us can make the decision to protect or not protect nature if it's good for their pockets.
What if Earth is going to be left if we just do this shit? We just keep going in this direction. Like, and that's what so to bring it all the way back around, it's like, that's what I thought about when being mayor. Like, do I even know my community? Or am I just the guy that they know that they see driving around?
I would say yes, bro. You know what? I would say everybody in this room knows the community, knows what's better for pretty much almost. I wasn't even talking to my microphone for any of that. So let me repeat some. Let me repeat what I was just getting so heated right now.
It's okay.
That's so into it.
I told you to talk different.
Listen.
Talk different.
I would say everybody in this room that we're with right now is more capable of and knows more about the community and, dare I say it, about the nation than the people who reign power over us right now, the people who control governments right now. I think we're more in touch. Like, guys, am I just chatting because I got some loud on me?
It's
or
funny.
Is it like,
it's funny.
No, like,
it's funny.
Nah.
It's funny. It's funny because they were talking when we were trying to like talk, and then when we asked them to talk, they want to be quiet.
I'm
sir.
Now they
That's
want
true.
to be quiet.
That's true. That's true.
Nah, they,
They're working on some fire over there. But like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, people listening, people look, and I brought up the loud, I brought up the legal, like it being legal, because like people will dead look at us. My parents would look. My dad has no idea still to this day that I indulged, that I was prescribed medical marijuana for an inflammatory fucking bowel disease, and it helped me a lot. It helped me a
Don't
lot.
do that. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it helped me a lot, and I found out like, hey, it actually helps me with my fucking anxiety and with like, you know, like my appetite too.
It's because of weed I found out that I had ADHD and depression, and because of what I've seen, which obviously, you know, I could talk about it in a real sense because I know you asked me if I wanted to talk about
Oh
it. But
yeah,
like,
yeah, please.
like my dad almost passed away 3 weeks ago. It was from an overdose. He pretends it's not, but like doctors ran the fucking test. Like, he called me literally 20 minutes after he was admitted, and he was like, you know, if it wasn't for you, your dad would not be here. And like, that in itself is something that no child, no person should have to go through with their parent. Like, a loved one, I could get that. Like, fuck, but like, okay. We can rationalize that. We could get you help and we could get you treatment. My dad just turned 68. He overdosed a week before his birthday. I had to sit there with somebody and tell them, like, I had to have somebody come in and check on me. And I was thinking about the birthday I was going to spend with him. I bought him Cat's Delicatessen. I don't know if you saw that picture. And, like, I'm so glad I got to take the pictures with him. But, like, I had to start telling him about, like, how it felt that, like, you did that and then you called me on the phone. And this is all building to the point about, like, the way we respond to things. But you called me on the phone and, like, you didn't even say, I love you, son. You just told me to make sure, like, that I didn't call your job to let them know you weren't going to make it. Like, you came home by yourself on Sunday and you walked and you knocked on the window, and I was preparing the energy to get to see you because all you did while you was calling was just like not like really asking me, like, you were comforting me in the idea that you were there, like, you know, everything's fine, but like, I had to bring you to life. If it wasn't for me, you'd be dead. And damn, I had something. No way, that's probably him. If it says Douglas Griffin on it, you
Damn.
can just mute it. Oh, fuck it. Then no, I don't know who that is.
Damn, it would be crazy if your dad called you in the middle of this story.
Right? Like,
That'd be fucking incredible in a crazy way.
I told y'all, like, I don't know if it's Brujeria or if it's, but like, I crack universes, and that cracked my universe. Anyway, I have PTSD, and like, no wonder I was always fidgety and worriedy and like scared. Like, when my dad opens the keys to his house, it's like a girl. Okay, this is gonna be a really dark fucking joke. Okay, it's gonna be a dark joke, but it's safe. It's safe.
That's how you know this shit's gonna.
it's gonna be a dark joke.
Yeah.
The talk different. The way I feel.
Kevin's off camera. Kevin's off camera, like, yo, he's gonna cancel himself.
This is okay. When my dad opens the door, it is sort of the anxiety feeling that when a 3-year-old cries when she hears the sound of her father putting ice cubes in a glass.
Damn.
Even that joke is like, that's different. Like,
yeah. Nah, but like that shit hits different too, because like alcoholic fathers is a thing that
right,
I am familiar with in some way.
I didn't say it not on purpose, but like, you feel me.
Yeah,
and I'm doing it as a joke because, like, you know, both of us don't want to open that door right now. Like, that's not what this is for.
No,
like
my dad that went dead. We talked it out. The talk got so different. It's gone. The joint
universes,
is gone,
bro. Like, I'm telling you here.
So I'm in a place. I'm gonna pass this off to be honest, because the talk is getting different.
Yeah. Everybody Gucci. That's beautiful.
The lovely production couple back there. I'm knocking everything over.
Hey, Kevin, could you check the framing just in case? Because he did shift the table like a tiny bit.
I shifted the table like this.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Is there another one?
This. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good?
Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay.
Perfect. I'm in a very lucky position because like all I knew was with my relationship and respect to my dad was him being in the throes of that because like I didn't grow up with him, right? So like I just thought he wasn't there for a reason that he was like that him and my mom just wasn't working out and like he didn't want to try to make it work out. And anytime I tried to talk to him or I heard from him or I heard about him through my mom, it was always on some negative shit. So I was like, oh, like what's wrong with him? Not knowing that he was going through that, like his addiction, and then like B, my dad's also bipolar. So that's some shit that like that I be like I'm scared of almost every day. Like I'm like, damn, like what if if I go through it because like I have generalized anxiety disorder, depressive, like like I have depression as well. And then I just found out I have ADHD. So that's a a thing, but like I get scared sometimes when I'm in the throes of like anxiety or like really depressed that oh shit, what if I'm starting to show signs of like fucking bipolar, bro? Like but anyway, back into the main thing, like he did get clean very recently. And so like I think that there's hope yet for our parents to like, cuz not everybody's parents like raise them right, you know what I mean? Not everybody's
right, yeah, and that's my biggest problem too. And that's why I said things like I relate to politics way too much.
Yeah.
It's like the other side of me that's not personal also recognizes that is a drug user, that is what they do, like that is a thing. Like you cannot force your life, you cannot force the good nature of how you see life in the lens of somebody going through that.
Yeah.
And you don't know, like, he grew up in the era where, like, they was just coming through the civil rights. Like, black people was just coming into their own. Like, what did he grow up around? What did he see? How was he treated? Maybe he has those same problems. And, like, I can see all of that, but I'm like.
Then it gets personal.
Right, because it's like, that's his life, though.
Yeah.
Don't put that shit on me.
Yeah.
So now I don't do that to my child. I'm breaking that cycle right now.
Yeah.
Like, you had your one, I got my sisters, like, they all got their issues with him. It was always, like, all right, like, once that happened, I realized, was I even emotionally ready? Like, I'll be talking about it like I'm ready to step out on my own. Now I tell my sisters, I'm the patriarch. All your problems, all your issues, that shit over with. I'm going to put all four of you in a room. We're going to have, the talk going to be different. Like, y'all not walking out that room. I can't have my family different because it's like, at that point, who's coming to my dad's funeral? I'm the one that got to give the eulogy. Yeah. If it's just me in that room alone, I'm going to hate it, but I'm still going to talk. Yeah. So, like, it's up to y'all. Are y'all ready to hear this? Or are we still, like, daddy, like, didn't love it. Like, he's going to die soon. Like, get that in your head. Let's prep so that way we can at least be with roofs over our heads, emotionally ready to let it all out. As opposed to, like, going through the denial. Oh, that didn't happen. Yeah. Everything's good.
You want the family structure to be there and you want to be, you know what? And that's the reason why I would trust you, bro. Like if you went through with that mayoral campaign, I would have voted for you, bro.
But yeah, all of that. Yeah,
I would have voted for you.
All of that stopped me from thinking that this was the right time. And thank God I did it because as you guys, you know what? No, don't thank God I did it. I should have ran. You know why? You motherfuckers voted Eric Adams in. Wasn't we just screaming all cops are bastards? Like you vote like the king cop, like king black cop. Oh, decisions.
Shit.
You had, that's partly my fault. I said this on stream before and I'm going to say it again here. That's partly my fault. I got swept up in the Andrew Yang haze saying dumb shit like just drag him down as a candidate. I really let a lot of these candidates slip through my fingers.
Yeah, and you think Andrew Yang would have been a better pick over him?
No, I think Andrew Yang is inexperienced. I think he's got great ideas, great energy. I think he is an awesome human being. But like
he's a little out of touch, right?
Yeah, he's like just he's
slightly
trying to be the cool, hip Asian guy.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault. These are just roles that like you fall into.
Yeah.
And it's like he didn't really play out of that. He didn't show an individual spirit. That's why he got 12% of the vote. Like, he didn't show that like, like I need that like I need that like like I need somebody to run this city that can sit there and say, y'all is running packs in my city. Okay, do it like because I
Yeah.
can't provide you the economic ability to move upwards because I have a city council who won't let me release this money, and I've got a government, I've got Cuomo who won't do this, and I got this and that and that. Okay, so at least I'm gonna stop police killing these kids in the street. I'm gonna reduce the violence by making it safe for them to run their business like a business. Look, I get it. It's dumb to say that because, like, again, it's what almost killed my dad.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna shit on other people for living their lives. That's the system we live in. And like, yeah, it's gonna suck. I'm gonna be like, damn, the dealers gave my dad some bad shit. It killed him. But my dad shouldn't.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's offered. If nobody was offering it, maybe it'd be, but like, he would still seek to find it. If we all have our problems, we all do our shit. Like, we smoke weed. We get weed from like right now dealers. Like, there are safety measures though. There you can apply a scale of like, okay, maybe that's too dangerous. Like K2 is terrible. Like, we're not doing that. like at least
K2
that
is terrible. We're not doing that.
Like,
let's not do K2.
Right, like, and then like he came back home and he was this is related to the end of the mail story. He came back home and like went right back to it. Like, it killed you and you're just going right back to it. Okay, that's your life, that's your distance, that's your thing. When that happens, I got this. I know what to do to keep my roof over my head. I know what to do to keep the money flowing. I know, like, I know I can separate
Thank
and
God.
say,
Thank God.
Right.
Thank God.
But then it makes me think, I wish I was more financially equipped because politicians take their time out and they will lose a lot of money that they invest in it because you start with your own fund. So politics is still money. And that's why these people are out of touch. Because if you want to segue super hard, I've realized that, like, yo, there really are a group of individuals on like the internet who never had their Modern Warfare 2 lobby face. Like,
bro, yo, you know what I just thought of right now?
Go for it.
Not to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
What if we won the lottery? What if one of us won the lottery? Is it illegal to use lottery winnings to get yourself into politics?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, it's over. If I ever win the lottery, it's over, bro.
Yeah, no, you absolutely can buy yourself into politics. It's not an uncommon thing.
Yeah, cause like I don't have an agenda for like I'm not trying to like change the world to my benefit. I just want to try to help. You know what I mean? And I feel like nobody above us is doing that right now. I feel like everybody's just trying to make money. I just want to try to help people like legitimately, and I think unfortunately because I'm not very creative, I don't see a lot of ways to help a lot of people at the same time without a lot of money.
Right. You'd be crucified. That was a thing on the I think Vice did a look into like how Congress people actually live on Capitol Hill. And like they hate that shit. Those fucking House Republicans, even the Democrat, anybody seasoned in there will tell you immediately, don't fucking think you're gonna come in here on day one and be like, we're getting health care. Like, you play your role, you're the junior, the freshman. Oh, I bit my tongue. You're the freshman. You're the freshman, like you're done. Like, don't come in here and start making demands on day one. Like, nobody knows you. Sit the fuck down. And it's like, my problem with that is, don't grandfather me in, bitch. You're gonna die before I will. Like, don't do that.
You know what I would do in that scenario? Like, if we clip this out, this is gonna be the business strategy. This is gonna be the strategy meeting for your next run. In those scenarios, I would just come in with your own, like, you know how you said you got to invest in your campaign yourself with your own funds to start with. That's what a lot of these guys do. Not only do you invest, I mean, this involves winning the lottery now or having a lot of money,
right.
But you invest in yourself in the campaign, but then you also invest in your own private programs helping your community or however much of the community. You just come into office, you come into your first day, like say in the Senate, or your first day, like, you know, wherever you end up, wherever your role in government is, just stacked up with like credentials already. People like if you speak calmly and assertively, who's gonna look at you different for putting a reasonable demand, a small change forward on your first or second day, or second week?
Republicans will. That's it. Like, honestly, Republicans will, because they circle jerk each other. Like, and it's like, I'm not even trying to be funny about it.
Help
but like,
their community too.
That's the whole, like, they
help their community too.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, if Republicans weren't in control, of some of the states that they were in, they wouldn't fucking look like Rwanda right now. Like, yo, like Texas went through shit. People died.
Yeah.
And they're still talking about, oh, we're banning critical race theory. Like, fuck off.
Like, that was an important thing for them to get tight about.
And it's like,
it's an important thing for them to get tight about.
oh my God, those people have actual, I cannot see,
Bro.
I can't tell them, yo, pull up, and I'm just smacking you. I can't do that.
Yeah, speaking of problems, you seen the New York City subway system the last week with that fucking crazy rain?
Infrastructure, bro.
Oh,
You mean to tell me after Sandy we didn't think to prep any other station for that?
Yeah.
But I understand consumer demand. You want the money, but like y'all make billions. There is no other option.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you got to take it off grid for 5 days, we'll do what we did during the pandemic. We'll pay people for their time off.
Yeah.
We'll tell everybody stay home. Everything's closed. You get delivery or whatever.
Yeah.
We get paid. We take a 5-day vacation. Infrastructure week. They
Yeah.
work there 24/7. You could create jobs from that. Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
I've already created an intensive infrastructure plan within because I'm trying not to spit so much. I got big lips. Take that out of context for what you want. Like
Flipping it.
yo, like 30 seconds. 30 seconds solves millions of brown and black kids' issues and funnels them away from a pipeline from prison. And there is not one person in government right now that has ever thought to just do that. That is a problem. Who do I bring it up to? Who do I give the idea to? Who do I give the credentials to? Do they use that to gain more power? Do they use that to voice other concerns? Do they sap money away from Social Security? Everybody's motives and everybody's intuitions are all fucked up. And now I don't know who to trust. So on a lower level, yeah, that rain is fucking terrible. Because people still had to walk through that shit because they didn't have another way to go home.
Yeah, I seen a video of I'm gonna see if I could put the video in here, but like I seen a video of this lady going down, like the station was flooded like above hip height, and this lady's still trying to go through it. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, what the fuck is this? What is she doing, bro? Like,
phone and everything. You saw the guy with the trash bag who tried to put it over, and then it just the water just went in the trash bag.
Then I thought about it. I was like, damn, that might be their only way home type shit. Like that really might.
Nah, it's fucking funny though. Y'all was fucking dumb for that. Like I ain't walking through no sewer water.
For real.
Like you saw that MTA puddle was like dark. Hello, like. I'm talking Master Shredder, like fucking, like there was the goo from the new, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That shit was in there, like
yeah. If that shit seeped through your underwear, you had AIDS, basically.
Like
that's it.
I'm not even trying to be funny, but like women, like that woman who went through there, like you don't feel that, like that, like, hey yo, can I ask you a question? If you were to swim in like really bad waters, would it throw off your vagina's pH balance?
Is that a thing?
No, actually, it depends really.
See, if he was listening instead of talking, you would know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke. But anyway, no, I really want the answer. That was part of the conversation.
Yeah. Cause like we were talking, like you remember when the station flooded? Do you guys remember when the stations flooded in New York City?
Okay, so it really does affect your pH balance. Like if you're going swimming in a bleached pool, it does really affect it, and you can tell the next day. Like some women get like a UTI or some get like itchy and shit, and it sucks as a woman because like
right,
actually it sucks.
So if you walked through a flooded MTA station, like with like the sewer water, like the fucking track water, like the rat water and shit.
Right. Yeah. So like I pray for that I pray for that woman's like
her life. She could be in an intensive care unit right now.
Like
from
not
that.
even trying to be funny, but
that's not even funny.
That was dirty ass water. Because they ain't got no way to get home.
Yeah, they like that. Those people who were trying to who went into the station when they were flooded anyway, like they didn't have any other way to get home. They literally had no other way to get home.
And then we tell everybody, go buy a car. Okay, more cars on the road. Traffic get longer. What you really trying to do here? What do you like? If instead of all the cars, I got a brilliant fucking idea. You take a square piece of metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put a bunch of those square pieces together, right? and then you get like the circle things. What do you call them?
Hmm.
Fucking wheels.
Mm.
And then like you get
Wheels
some
for 500.
wheels, and then you make like a carriage type thing, and you could put mad people on it. And instead of like every person spending $400 on insurance, $300 on a lease, raising the amount of cost of living up to $2,500, making them have to ascribe to get a better job, and they can't do that because their car takes them to the job that happens to pay enough in order for them to be at the fucking job making the money to pay for the car. And then we have like, it goes in routes.
Mm.
Like, and it connects you to like places that might be a little bit far out of town, but it goes through the town too. And more people could do that, and it'll cost a low fee, and we could all pay into it together. I wonder what type of infrastructure that might be. Anyway, yeah, that's me being sarcastic about like, wow, every time I think about anything, I think it's fucked up, and it like that also leads me into like being a content creator. Like, it's angry all the time.
Yeah. Hence, you're in the perfect place on a show called The Angry Barista. Let's say it once more for the camera. Nah, but I mean like
I mean, that's
honestly,
the clip. That's the upcoming next.
that's the clip out. Damn, like, bro, like
I told you it was gonna like
this.
I'm
This
gonna make
is,
you think about some shit.
yeah, we're really thinking about some shit. I mean, like, I wanna turn this positive though. You know, like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanna get like how do we go forward as non-mayoral candidates? How do we go forward as civilians?
Oh,
How do we do a better job, me and you? Like, say we're just talking about me and you right now, bro.
right. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I like to do the doom and gloom thing, but like, I actually have solutions.
What's
I'm
up,
not
bro?
just like a random like everything's
Yeah.
fucked and I hate it. No, like there's a lot of good things that are happening. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of. I think the younger generation just needs to like learn how to organize. Like, I really think they got this. I really think if you're over the age of 29, you're fucked. Like, it's game over for you. Your generation is stuck in that Civil War era mentality. Like, oh, black people aren't getting shot by police, like all that or whatever. But like the younger, they get it.
Yeah.
There's like, you want to talk about like when
I
people
know some
say,
hip 35-year-olds though.
Okay, I'm not. That's just.
I know some hip
Yeah,
35-year-olds.
I'm just in the fucking group. Like, I just in general, like, that's like the real, like, we didn't have their Modern Warfare 2 lobby stage thing. But, like, yo, they just, like, I think we're doing a great job. I think we need to open education standards. I think we need to progress like critical race theory. Like, I think we need to look at things and, like, I hate that it starts with critical, but, like, there are brilliant people out there. There are brilliant content creators out there. They're very expressive people. And kids today, all they're doing is putting themselves out on the internet. Now, some people might say that's bad. Like we said earlier, they're opening themselves up to criticism, but like they get to own the means of production. They're so fucking close to socialism. Like they can fucking taste it. Like I can fucking taste it.
Did you see the way his face vibrated while he was saying that?
I can fucking take it.
His face like.
But like,
Bet, yo. I mean,
yeah, you
you
keep going
know
on
what I
that
mean?
thought. Yeah.
Like, I think the people in charge right now, and we're coming back in on a different point. Sorry to throw people off on this video here, but the people in charge of us right now, just to circle back around to that, like, they're not making decisions to our benefit, to benefit the world, to benefit nature, to benefit the planet, because they're too deep in bed with fucking companies like big corporations, the entities on the planet that are poisoning the planet, poisoning us essentially. So like that's why they're not acting on the obvious. The things that you and I see as obvious is because I mean like it's not making the money to act on the obvious.
And that's what makes me when you're saying about positive things. So we're back on that. Yeah, I can remember topics too, baby.
Yeah, hit him with it.
Just the youth is creating so much. They're setting trends. Like I know Addison Rae. Like we have our problems with our, you know, social media influencers, as we were, as me and Kevin were talking about earlier. But like, kids are motivated to create shit. Yeah, they might not think of it as like the greatest thing ever, but like, you ever see a 13-year-old girl get frustrated because her TikTok's not coming out perfectly? Good, you're learning the artistic process. Good, there. Look, take that anger, take that. Now look at all the clips you've done. That was you trying. And you finally got it perfect, and you recorded the entire fucking process. Now, the girl might just delete the rest of the videos and upload the perfect one, but she ain't gonna forget that. And I just want to inspire those people to overthrow the government.
Allegedly. Not literally.
Not literally.
But
like, get like we can make like I know how much the meme is. The AOC played Among Us with Hassan Piker and a bunch of, but like I get the fucking meme.
Nah, nobody can ever deny that AOC she on the ground.
Right.
Yeah,
On the ground.
Like that's
Naveed
the
said
point.
she's on the ground.
Like
AOC is on the ground.
That's the point. Like, okay, it's kind of a sort of boomer thing, but like you really exposed the whole audience to other content creators that move in the direction that you want to move in, but AOC don't even got the power to make that shift. But Hassan Piker will talk about it. But XQC, like I don't know, XQC wasn't there, but like those people that like she did the stream with the Canadian Democratic Party guy.
Yo,
Like or the I don't want to say Democratic because I think he might be a little bit more socialist. I'm not sure. I think he's like the socialist part. I'm not sure. Anyway, Jagmeet Singh. Is that did I say that right? Because I know he hates when his name is pronounced wrong. I apologize if it's that way, but at least I know who he is. Like, you're exposing a young audience. And I'm not even being funny when I say this. You're exposing almost generally a white audience, because that's the majority of people use Twitch. That's their own stats, not mine. I'm not making no conjectures. Like,
yeah.
But like, you're exposing them to different ideas. You might slip in a revolution in there, you know, like a little
allegedly,
but they talk about things that like matter in a fun way. Maybe that's why kids don't care. Maybe that's why they're not active, because now there's millions of entertainment options. I can literally put on a content creator that makes stuff for 6-year-olds, and like if you're seeing baby Jason play with the toys, look at the baby while I go do work. Like everybody's got options. Everybody's got slots now. And this generation is finding ways to put themselves in those slots, either indirectly or this girl got famous because she posted a TikTok of her dancing. Now she's getting a full scholarship to Juilliard. Okay, that shit that they can't take from you. You own that now. And more kids are doing that. And maybe we need a guide on like how to be emotionally secure if your video bombs. Like, cool, okay.
Yeah.
But like, can we do that and have it be required reading if you upload a music video? If you upload a video on YouTube, you need to go through these steps, and we're gonna check. Like, I know it's really weird to say that because like that's like overreaching, but like if you're 13, like, we're allowing 13.
Then again, YouTube is a private company, so they can.
They can.
They can.
And it's like, okay, we grew up in that Modern Warfare 2 lobby period. Yeah. Like, we know how this shit works. But like for the future, how can we change things? Yeah. We got to give them the instructions because they following it. Those BLM rallies, those is young people. They following it. We have to make sure they don't take their foot off the gas. We don't want them to feel defeated because right now, we squabbling over it. Like half the shit I talked about, like honestly, is like, no, that's a lie. Not on this podcast. Usually what I talk about on my stream, like half of it is like, oh, you know, dunking on a conservative. But the other half is like, yo, here are things that you can say. Like, okay, I teach for a living. Yeah. And I love teaching because I like to incorporate the real world. Like, what does this matter? Like, okay, you're in a music class, you're learning something from music, right? And you're learning how to create chords and stuff like that. All right, guys, here's how you express yourself with this music when you're feeling absolutely down. And you just need something to guide you through the day and nothing on the playlist hitting. We're going to help you make that song. Oh, and then I listen to their songs. I had a girl write me a note. Nobody's ever told me my music was as good and you went through it so structured and you made me feel like I was a person. How many kids getting neglected in the streets? Like, that's my next album, A Story for the Youth. Like, the talk different, yo. Like, that's different. It. And it's like, nobody does that. Because they don't want to seem corny. You don't want to seem... Remember, I hate Logic for everything. This guy really hate... But, like, we really live in a world where peace, love, and positivity is viewed as corny or whack. Like, that's... Like, you remember in the streets...
Where's the Logic?
Yeah, see, if they was listening, they would have heard me reference that at the beginning of the... Yeah. So I'm just keeps happening.
Yo, they're making...
I'm gonna make that...
Yo, it's like, nah. please, yo. Like, I really do need content like that. Like, I really do need shirt clips like that, though.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh my God, it's
I'm
my
hopeful.
bad side.
I'm hopeful for the future, bro.
But
Ultimately,
yeah, no,
I'm very
like
hopeful.
the boomer class gotta die. Like if they just keep getting like their way, like if they don't face any resistance, it's rise of the Fourth Reich. Like I'm not, and I hate to doom and gloom it again, but like
Yeah,
the youth will not respond nicely to that. They are not complacent.
yeah,
And the fact that like it's their own culture that makes them non-complacent. Because we talk about like music and marketability, which I know we
Yeah.
can jump onto as the next point.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, look at what they listening to. Look at what they're expressing themselves as. Look at like, to be honest, like
they get mad.
yeah, like they get angry and shit. Like, oh, we talk about it, Minecraft Twitter, you know, and like those communities and like dream stands and everything. They categorize themselves and will go to war. Like, I will hurl shit at you. Like, okay, let's all direct our anger at the government and do that exact thing. You are all now stands of like the revolution. Like you can and the president don't like Dream. Go get him. The president talks something about Tommy in it. Like,
Allegedly.
go get it.
Yeah, we're not
Allegedly.
like actually condoning anybody like literally do this, but it's like you
I
could
hate
take
that like there's at least one asshole child in that community that would literally hear that
Yeah.
and be like,
I'm
okay,
doing it.
like no,
Yeah,
don't
no,
be
no.
stupid.
We mean taking that anger and like getting change and our anger, angling it towards the government to get change out of the
And
government.
I hope that like as they grow up and realize how dumb half the shit they be talking about is, like they will, like it's gonna like if the weather and the shit start changing and shit is melting all over, like they're gonna be the ones to be like, all right, it's all right, cut the shit. Like then they're gonna get into politics and get elected. But they like they like Twitch. There's a whole the Democratic Party is on Twitch every night from like 8 to 9 answering your questions and like we'll respond to the chuds in the chat. Somebody says something dumb about us, we'll roast
and then
them.
Republicans aren't doing that, and you got like
And it's like, okay, then like who the young Republicans voting for? Why aren't we cool? Like I don't want to be like and
they're
then,
young Republicans, but they're really propagating a lot of that old bullshit.
oh yeah, and then, like the cycle's gonna die. Like if you're not receiving results at that point, like okay, we was really sold on a lie. I guess we need to like walk out.
Yeah.
But I know you
But
want to
how
change
long
the
do you
topic.
think it's gonna be? But we can change it.
But go
We
ahead,
can
ask
change
the question. Yeah.
How long do you think it's gonna be before they realize that and change the direction on the boat?
That's why I have to be president.
Because you think it's gonna take too long?
No, because I think that I'm the first person, I'd be the first president, government official to walk up. And I've always said I was going to do this on the presidential inauguration. This is how it's going to start.
Hmm.
I hope I get this right because like this is like an actual pivotal moment. I've never said this out loud.
Mm.
And I was waiting for y'all to like stop for a second and then you said just right as I was like looking at you. Okay, got a little I don't know what's happening here. Okay, so the beginning of my inaugural address is I'm gonna walk up there. I've always said to play out a song because the president does get a choice. I am going to walk out to Edge's theme song.
Let's go.
I have always said if I could get Alter Bridge to play it one time for me, or if I just play the track, but it's like I'm trying to like explain to you like on this day, like this shit is changing. Like I'm letting you know I am not going with these norms. Like I will break every tradition in the book, and I am here for you, and I will tell you like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm gonna be president. But the beginning of my of the address would be, "Oh Lordy, we made it. From this day forward, I'm letting you know right now, nothing is okay. Nothing is good. Nothing is well. And I'm going to give you the power to finally change it. Because not only have I lived there, but I came from it straight here. I don't know nothing else. I don't care about the rich. I don't care about the one, like, I will take everything if I can make sure kids don't got to go to sleep hungry. Nobody got to pick up the gun anymore. Everybody got the resources. And I'm going to say it just like that. And I have this is the next part. And I have a well-produced document for you. It's going to be a great presidential address. But like, I need to let you know right now, I came from the mud. I ain't changed. Like, we're not doing that today. And I'm going to say that in front of, and I just want the megaphone. Because like this is
You're not gonna use a regular microphone. You're gonna use a megaphone.
This was CM Punk shit. And like, woo, just have the crowd go nuts.
Oh my
But
gosh.
no, it's like because I feel like this isn't marketable, and that's what I was jumping to music with. It's like this isn't marketable. Like I don't think my age group wants to sit for 4 hours a day on Twitch and listen to a guy talk about this like this. But like when you get them down in a format 1-to-1, like a conversation like this, there's got like Joe Rogan really can't touch me. Like you right-wing propaganda, and I'm not saying that to like he's a great and like
I love Joe Rogan
he's weird.
podcast.
He's weird with where he's going with some of his directions. Like I could talk on his takes, but like as a podcaster, no. Like I was kidding. Like nobody touches. Like,
nobody touches him on that podcast.
That shit
game.
is like it's fluid. The sound design, like the room is treated well. It's just like it's very direct and it's like
he's
it's
a good
funny.
interviewer.
Yeah,
like he's a fucking crazy interviewer.
Yeah, like
bro.
he can really go for like I couldn't do that. Like after he be talking to people for like 3-4 hours. After like an hour and a half, I'd be like, all right. I mean, I think we've been talking way longer, but that's because I'm not in control of this. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do if I'm in control of it.
Yo, I mean, we could jump to music, but I think I'm gonna go. It's a different direction
Ooh.
on this. And everybody, please check out Marquis and his contributions to music because he is quite talented in that regards. But
the talk different on them, baby. The talk Blue Ribbon
different.
Poetry, A Blue Ribbon on Spotify. I know we're gonna have a link session. I'm not gonna do that right now.
We're gonna have a
but
link
just,
session.
It's healthy. You trying to G-check yourself into oblivion? You really think you got everything under control? I promise you make it through one of my albums. You on the floor. It's not for the faint of heart. And I'm learning how to become more marketable with that. But your favorite rapper could never. I told you in the beginning of this. I got one of the best pens in the fucking world. Like you could never. you not
Let's
touching
go.
me.
But what I wanted to shift gears into has to do with all of that. The stuff that the responsibilities that you would assume given one of the highest positions in the land, quote unquote, which I still think isn't like maybe aware of everything, right?
Right.
But so with being in a position like that, you often have to shoulder very intense responsibilities and things that you cannot tell people. You know, like there are some things that you could tell them that nothing's good. You could outright be like, yo, nothing is good. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give you the power to change that. But you can't expand on everything right away because some people will freak out.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like
some
that's
people will freak
like,
out.
It's I don't know if we were gonna talk about this today, but like
Yeah.
I'm starting something on my Twitch channel where I'm just unpacking COVID. Like the mental, the emotional,
Yeah.
your friends, jobs, the time schedules, the way your brain works. Like I'm just gonna do small. It's gonna be a mini part series. I'm gonna do it on Twitch live, of course, but I'm gonna have different borders, frames. We're gonna make it look like a YouTube video. Just the fact that people were told to stay in their houses for 2 weeks and like do nothing, and they freaked out over that, and it became almost civil war ready. It's like, no, I can't dump on you like whether or not we have extraterrestrials. Like I'm not going that far. I mean like things you can visually see.
We're about to go there. But what you know, like what about these catalyst events? You know, like something like you saw how, and rightfully so, you saw how quickly things went in the direction of everybody's angry, everybody wants change right now after George Floyd, right? Like you saw how quickly that happened, like, and that was some serious shit that we're aware of, that we know of, right? Like, what happens with the next natural disaster, God forbid, or whatever, you know, like people, like there are things that'll happen, like whether it's nature or extraterrestrials, you know what I mean? Like say a UFO comes down tomorrow, lands on the White House lawn, like everybody says, like, you know, like that proof of aliens, like concept,
Right.
like what if that actually happens tomorrow? Do you know how many people wouldn't be able to handle that? Like, you know how many people would bug out, like would have a psychotic break? My soon-to-be mother-in-law, she can't even talk about UFOs because she's scared. She's terrified.
I've met people
the
that
concept.
are like okay, like I'm just like relating with you. I've met somebody who can't watch Harry Potter. It's way too scary. Like sorcery, magic shit like that just terrifies the fuck out of them. Like like I know people like
What a bitch! No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god! Like,
Oh shit! But like, that, for example, right? And like this it comes around every episode. That's a theme on the Angry Barista. Like I bring up aliens at some point, but
All right, that's your DMT.
that's my DMT, bro. That's
your
my
DMT.
I think we're on the border of some pretty serious disclosure shit. Like, and I feel like that's gonna change society in a way. Like, if UFOs and the government, the USA, and the USA, China, Russia, and Australia have all confirmed and outright said, like, our governments in those countries have said that UFOs are real, solid objects that exist that are interfering with their Navy, armies, like their Air Force. Like, they see them, they're real, like, they're real things. These things that were a part of science fiction that we were all like, everybody got laughed at if, like, somebody said, yo, I saw something in the sky that didn't look right. Like we can't look at people different anymore for saying shit like that, because that's our government told us that that's some real shit. If it goes a step further than that, if it goes into like, oh, our government has one of them, it's some shit that's not made by human beings and it's a way higher technology and we're learning shit from it, that shit that could change the world, you know what I mean? That shit that could
that can only go negative. That can only go negative.
Oh, I guess we're gonna end on a negative note then. Okay,
No.
why do you think it can go
Because
negative?
there are people there that would still deny it. There were people there that would analyze. Like, I'm talking common day people.
Okay,
There are common day people that wouldn't like the Fermi paradox
Mhm.
is not something you want to like enter in with people. Like, think about it this way:
Mm.
COVID is not real.
Yeah,
People have caught COVID and still said it's not real. It's not that big a deal.
yeah,
People have had parents who have died from COVID and still say it's not real.
yeah.
I should fucking be in the New York Times for like 137 people I know have died of COVID. I'm still arguing with people over COVID's existence.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I was trying to be funny with the post, but like,
Yep.
you really like think they can be on the same page. I think I said that at the beginning of this, like the collective like thought. Like,
Gotta be
shout
on
out
the
to
same page.
shout out to NYC metal band Analemma. Like, you need to listen to that album.
Shout out.
Like, it says this at like a very technical way. Like all that we know, all that we learn, and it just can only go negative. Like, I'm just afraid of people who would say, like, okay, so the Fermi paradox says we are either the largest thing ever created, we are the most advanced thing, and nothing that has ever advanced past us has survived. That is why they do not contact us. We are behind the wall. Everything evolves up to us and then it stops. This is as far as humans go, as far as evolution for their bodies.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I really don't know what else we would grow. Like,
don't-
I mean, like pure evolution. Like,
This isn't it, bro.
you think we getting wings?
No.
You think it would be Kazuya Mishima?
Us, I mean, I think life, first of all, could have evolved more advanced than us elsewhere, like in the universe or whatever.
That's the other side of the Fermi paradox.
Yeah.
Or we could be, being in front of the wall means nothing behind us dies and the wall is coming up to us.
Yeah.
Like, but if we are behind the wall, that means that something blocks our evolution from stepping forward. If we were to find out about UFOs that have more advanced technology, it poses the immediate question: what evolves past them? And do they pose a threat to us because they can annihilate us? Like, like, it gets to a point where, like, what killed off any of their predators to allow them to flourish? Like, we kill everything on the planet, right? Effectively.
Yeah.
Like, what did they kill off on their planet to, like, how, after, I hate that fucking movie so much, but, like, After Earth, like, like, After Earth, though, everything on this planet has evolved to kill humans because there were so little of them that the predators naturally learned how to communicate, how to do this. If you're finding advanced technology that you're learning off of, like, you're feeding generally, how far did that technology need to go to be mainstay? There's a reason why we have Apple. There's a reason why we have Apple and Android as main competitors for phone brands, and every iOS and every OS stems from them.
Okay. Can I
Interject.
I end, like, I'm gonna start to bring this conversation to a wrap with I know. I just Yo, bro, like I love
Okay,
this
we gotta do it
conversation.
again.
I love this conversation. We're gonna come back. We're gonna
Yeah,
do a part
we
2.
need to do
But
a
I
part
really
2.
want to see what the I want to see what the boys behind the camera got for some heat today too. But I'm gonna end this conversation on a positive note to contest you on your point there.
Okay.
Oh, you're not filming today? Okay, all right, but we're working on something after we're done today. Like
Yeah,
we're working
yeah,
on
yeah,
something else to like all of us together
Okay,
today.
so we could bring it in, and then we'll just like do small chunks. I won't do the whole expanding thing.
Yeah,
like, I could do that.
Like
yeah.
we'll tie it off and we'll still do a part 2.
Right, yeah, no, definitely, because there's that.
Yeah,
the
there's a
alien
lot.
thing was
There's a
like,
lot,
I like
yeah.
that.
Really?
Good, yeah, good, excellent.
Oh shit.
have a third one, but that's
So that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
If you have an Android charger, you can charge the battery while
Yeah, no, we're
you ain't bring extra wire in the game. Like
I have it.
yeah,
I
no.
have 42 of them Johns. I was scootering around 3 hours earlier than I was supposed to be here. I could have went back home. I could have
Yo, come
like, yo, come on.
on. Can we clip out all of Marquis's freakouts? I want all of them.
I was just like I don't
want
know what
every
you
single
want.
one.
Hey, I'm expressive. That's how I
Okay,
get it
here,
out there.
I'm going to
But yeah.
contest you on UFOs. Here's why I think us finding out that UFOs is advanced technology would be a good thing for humankind, and dare I say, the planets.
Okay, go for it.
Every single abduction case that has been hard to contest, full of huh? All three, and Naveed says all 3 of them off camera. There have been thousands of abduction
Narrator.
cases. Even in just the past couple of decades, there have been thousands upon thousands of abduction cases. And you know what's really eerie about a lot of them? They all share themes across the world. Like in every country that these like instances happen in, where like the things that happen in these cases are similar. They also like if there was any kind of communication between the person who experienced this thing and whatever beings they thought they saw, whatever the beings said to them were the same across everybody, across the entire planet. Everybody on our planet right now who experiences this phenomenon, they all say that the things that they talk to are saying the same thing. Could be social media, could be everything that we're seeing in the movies and our like, like shows and, like comic books and shit about it. But I find that like really, there was this Harvard psychiatrist named John Mack who in his time in Harvard started studying abductions back in the 80s, back in the 70s, I think even maybe. He started studying abductions in the context of them being a mental disorder, like of them being like an illness, just like straight up an illness of the mind, of like people being sick, right? But then as the more people that he interviewed, the more people that he had sessions with, he like these people, different people were relaying almost the same details, almost like identical experiences in certain regards with like how they interacted with seeing a craft in the sky or like being levitated up into the center of like a disc or something, seeing beings with like less fingers or less appendages or big ass heads, and all of them, almost all of them, had been communicated with by these beings that they thought they saw and spoken to about the dire status of the environment of our planet, like of what's going on, like of how nature is degrading, how it's getting polluted, how like there's plastic in the oceans, like forests are burning, like, and a good percentage of the people who experience this phenomenon, and the reason why I'm saying a phenomenon and not an illness of the mind like he started studying it, was because this psychiatrist started to believe that these people were not sick, but that they were experiencing some real thing or something that they thought was real that maybe medicine or science doesn't have a name for yet, but they were experiencing something that left real damage, like sometimes real damage on them, like on their psyche, on the state of their brain. So that's, and I think that's one of the most compelling parts of the UFO phenomenon, and why I think it's a positive thing, because I think if UFOs, which we now know because our governments have told us that they're real physical objects, if they're piloted by intelligences or people that aren't exactly human, I think they mean well, because they seem to be trying to fucking wake us up. A lot of those people who experience that phenomenon end up going into environmental work afterwards. True shit. Real shit. So you haven't heard that part of it yet, have you? I can see you ruminating on it.
No, and I think Naveed will agree with me a lot more on this.
Naveed, can we get you to weigh in on something?
I mean, no, I just think he's gonna just understand it. I don't think he'll be able to reply to it because it's gonna hit him in a place where it's gonna hit him. What you just described as the God paradox, and that questions my belief on like, okay, but I could also say the same thing about that woman who literally like had a car rolled over her, or I think it was like over her son.
It was over her baby, like
Yeah.
a baby carriage.
And she was able to just lift it up. Like, okay, now you're questioning people's belief system, because if there's a being that is possibly greater than us that can do these things, that can affect us in the fourth dimension, the things that we can't see, then now you've given God a face. And that will actually be on my next album, because like that then challenges the connectivity of like that literally, and that's why I said it would just turn negative. That would fuel the Israel-Palestine conflict.
You think so?
Because now there's a face to like, okay, that God gave us the technology of the Iron Dome and gave you nothing. You have no birthright here. There's no way God would have.
But they're not.
Damn, I'm
gods.
sorry. I really dragged it into that because you got to bring that up every time.
But they're not God. Here's the thing, right? Like they're not gods. Like this is just. I think of it like this, right? Like they're just one of the more.
I mean, right?
They're
yeah.
They're just one of the more advanced things. There could be more advanced things than them.
And
there could be.
The question,
you know what I mean?
So like, you realize how infinitely small you are in the universe.
Yeah. I think that's humbling. I like that.
Okay, people were humbled by a virus that literally knocked out like a lot of people on this earth.
Yeah.
Their world got bigger because the lazy people who were unhealthy died from it. Thank God those people are done.
Yeah,
like I just don't. And I've had this conversation, and I know it is a positive thing. Okay, I say it to be a contractor because I just see like what we could learn from it wouldn't be. There's my take on everything.
Okay, go.
I am not a negative person. I just know the reality of the way people listen and take things in. And I think that I talk more real about it because the solution is I can't work with you on like explaining to you why that man over there is like has been called a terrorist before. Like I cannot get you to understand the layers of depth that they reach to say that out of their mouths as an instinctful thing. They didn't think about it. They didn't say, what am I going to call you that's going to be so bad?
Yeah.
They just did it.
Yeah.
I need to get to the thought of it.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of negativity sits there because like that's what you see.
Yeah.
So the positive spin on it is that when you call these things out, how can people change? How can people do it? And like that's my whole thing. That's the paradigm shift.
Yeah.
I'm not I know most of this has been like doom and gloom, like, damn, why is this broken and why is that broken? But like you listen to this and the talk different. You ask yourself.
Talk different.
You ask yourself, like, okay, why are these things the way they are? Maybe I can invoke some change. I want you to go home with something. That's why I say, like, when you listen to this, when you play this back, like I've like said like some of the sentences I've said have just been like battle rap bars. Like you don't even feel like because like it's in there. Like
yo, can I get a the talk different from the studio audience right now? The talk different.
Talk is different. I repeat, the
talk is different. Ooh.
Damn, is that foul?
yo, bro, salute the drop. But yeah,
bro.
no, like I do have a good outlook on life. I think things are so fucking pretty.
I can't wait to see the way the paradigm shift covers when the aliens touch down finally. Bro,
yeah, that's gonna be like such a rage-inducing thing. It's just like we could have so much to learn. We could figure out like, okay, they survived on harsher conditions. They could teach us, okay, your planet's irreversible. It's going to go into like a heat core type shit. Here's how you stop that. Here's how you build this.
Here's how you survive in the case that it does or whatever. Like
nuclear winter. Well, we could show you bomb shelters, how to grow your own food. Like there could be so much cool shit.
Yeah.
But how many people are going to be willing? Like I can't even get you to sit through an hour-long YouTube video, bro. I don't know. Like
we're gonna have people sit doing like watch parties to watch this one. It's gonna be a long one, bro.
Saying, like,
yo, but I mean, some people are gonna watch it for the culture, bro. All
for
right,
the culture is healthy.
plug. What do you want? Where can people find you? What's the next project that you're dropping the soonest? Go.
All right, yo, you can find me on twitch.tv/the_paradigm_ shift. You can this is fucked up. Twitch.tv, you're right. The_paradigm_shift. You can look me up on Twitter at Marquis Paradigm. Yo, I am currently working on doing more inventive and cool fun streams. I want to share my art. I want to play Call of Duty Mobile. I'm really good at it. And I have an album coming out very soon. It, as you heard, is a story for the youth. But on the same side, I am going to be releasing 32 songs by the end of the year. I'm just putting out everything because like my dad almost died, and like I at least want him to see me get like a silver play button. I want him to die with the knowledge that at least like, yeah, you fucked me up, but I'm still here. And the talk now different. Like, as I always say, there's like for everybody who doubt me, there's a difference. And I'm here now. Cause the talk different. Like that's
talk
different.
different. Yo,
Different now.
I'm Jay in the second. I've been sitting down with Marquise Green, and stay angry or not. Peace.